Before at the gym when I was working out, let's just say even before I got into the car accident that I did, resulting in my injuries in my neck. I'm not sure if I ever explained this. So the reason why or what caused me to need surgery was I got rear-ended back in May of 2015. And as a result, I got 2 herniated discs on my C4 through C5 and my C5 through my C6. So for the C5 through the C6, that was what was problematic and causing the radiculopathy going down my arms. And I got the replacement with the Mobi-C device on my C5 through C6. And to this date, I still have a herniated disc from my C4 through C5, but that was not operated on because that was not causing nerve issues running down my fingers. So let me just touch base. So before the injury, I used to do a lot of exercises using machines for weights. Let's say before I used to be able to max out doing let me just I wrote this down. So maybe before I could use like the pull-up assist machine, the chest press, I could use a squat machine. The squats. I could do the abdominal crunch machines, the lat pull down, just a lot of things that required you to go overhead like this. I was able to, before I could do a lot of weights where I get max out and not have a problem. I was able to constantly go up in my weights as I tried to max out and improve on what I did even before, as opposed to, let's say now after I got my injury. I mean, right, like you shouldn't be doing weight bearing exercises anymore because you have a herniated disc, and if you do weight bearing exercises, it would impinge more pressure on your spine, which can in turn affect the nerves if you have that going on. So like I said, to this day I still have a herniated disc from my C4 through C5, so I have to be conscious of what I'm doing still. So let's say I don't really do or use machines that require you to go overhead anymore. I just can't. It just causes pain. So I just know now that I should be staying away from machines like that, just so I don't have to aggravate my my issues currently. Let's see. So now instead of using the machines and trying to max out, I just use the machines, if I even do, for maintenance. I'll go with low weights. I'm not going to try to go ham, so to speak, and let's say, and I'll do something like the pectoral fly machine. I'll go light on that, just more reps, a few more sets, but just keep the weights very minimally. I obviously wouldn't try to do like a kettlebell. I wouldn't do exercise with a kettlebell. That's just not smart. I'm not going to try to do a chest press laying down. That's not advisable, right? So now I would do things instead like planks or sit-ups, a lot of abdominal exercises like on the mat, just using free weights, dumbbells, using machines like the mid-row machine, things like that. So really just keeping maintenance. And I do I try to do more cardio now. So even cardio is something you have to consider, right? So before I could run on the treadmill pre-injury. I used to run a lot. I was in track and field, so I can't run anymore because that's like a high impact activity, right? And I wouldn't even advise for someone like me to jog for long periods. simply because when you're jogging, you know, you're causing essentially your spine to undergo like a high impact movement, high impact pressure as well. So maybe if you want to walk on the treadmill, like speed walk, that's fine. If you want to jog a little bit, sure, but no running anymore. I have not ridden like a real bicycle post surgery. Like I used to love riding a bicycle and I haven't. What else don't I do anymore? I mean, I can't go on roller coasters. I can't go bungee jumping. I can't do exciting adventurous things like that. Sorry, I'm going off tangent here. But I like, you know, even for dancing, like before I used to do Zumba. I used to do Zumba like 2-3 times a week. I wouldn't, I mean, it's up to you, but for someone like me, I don't go to Zumba anymore because my neck was hurting. Like when I tried to go Zumba after surgery, it's just a lot of like quick turning with your neck and like sudden movements. It was like stressing out my neck still. So just really a lot of slow paced, I mean, more slow paced, less high intensity movements, quick sudden movements when exercising. Let me see, what else can I talk about here? Oh, so what are some things like around the house I can't do anymore? I can't open, I'm gonna be honest, like I can't really open a pill jar or an actual like mayonnaise jar. I'd have to use those, what is it, those rubber, they're like disc shaped and then they're made of rubber, so you know they can kind of assist you with opening jars to make it a little easier. I struggle with pill bottles. I have to ask my boyfriend a lot of times for him to help me open these things. I'm trying to think, is there anything that I can't do now? I can't sing like I used to. I was part of a choir for many years in my life, and I helped out with the choir for many years after I stopped singing in a choir. And I had already been warned pre-surgery that my vocal cords will be stretched out during the surgery, and there's no guarantee that your vocal cords will be the same again. And I know for a fact, like I can't sing like I used to. So if you value singing, your singing abilities, and if you're concerned with whether or not you're going to be able to sing post-surgery, and if singing is something that's really important in your life, this surgery might be something for you to just think about. But like I said, there are some things that, you know, if you need surgery, you should get it operated on, right? This is like essentially like a life-saving surgery for me. This wasn't something that I was like able to do without, truly. What else can I address? Traveling. I guess let me just talk about things I could do. So I can go to class now. I can sit down for long periods. I can use a computer without much of a problem. I was able to travel. I flew to Asia, like a 20-hour flight. It was okay. Back in December, I flew to 7 different countries, and I rode on like various different flights, like a lot of flights, and I was okay. I was able to hike. I went to Petra in Jordan, and I hiked the whole thing by myself in 6 hours. So I'm glad that I could still do that. Dancing, yes. So before, I loved to dance. I loved dancing so much. I also participated in a few extracurricular activities back in high school where I would do like school performances and I would dance to, I don't know, like hip hop songs. I can't do that anymore. Yeah, so if you love dancing, that might be something you can't do anymore. So dancing, running for long periods of time, the adventurous quick things. Let me see. I know that some of you guys, or someone asked, what did I use during the time when I was recovering, like fresh out of surgery? So what are some things I used to help me sleep a little easier? Let me just show you guys actually what I used. So bear with me as I move my camera here. Sorry, excuse me for this mess. So I really advise getting a wedge pillow. I think the wedge pillows and that I ordered, or at least I think, yeah, it really helped. This is what I got. You can get it from Amazon. You can literally just Google wedge pillow, and people who have GERD, you know, heartburn, or someone like me with allergies where I have like post-nasal drip and it's not that pleasant to sleep level, and sometimes I like to sleep elevated. This is very helpful for people with those issues, and even more so helpful for me when I first got out of surgery. So this helped me sleep elevated, because sleeping flat initially was so hard. It really was. And let me just show you what else I had. I also had a wedge pillow for my legs, because when you're sleeping elevated on that wedge pillow, you'd like to ideally have your knees propped up just so you don't strain your knees also. So sorry.